and welcome back to another video here on Pretty Functional Plans. In this video, I am going to be setting up my 2021 reading and writing journal. I'm really excited about setting up this journal in particular because I really love to read and I've always wanted to be a writer. So this journal I think is going to have a very, very important place in my heart after this year and getting me back on track with reading. I'm using an Archer and Olive Blackout dot grid notebook. Look at the edges of those pages in silver, of course with the different phases of the moon across the top, because I love space, I love the moon, and it just can't get more beautiful than this notebook. Here are some stickers that I'm going to be using in my setup. So first I have these color swatches. These are in like jewel tones, which I absolutely love. So I'll probably use these for some labels or backdrops, but I just love those different colors personally. I also have these small square blank calendars that I'll be using. Those are a Sunday start. Then I have this reading goal of 50 books sticker as well, and some book star rating strips, because I just don't think I'm going to want to draw a whole bunch of tiny stars when I get to that point. So I also have some washi. I got this from Michael's. It's like space and jewel colors. Look at them all. And I just, again, love these colors. It's combining two of my favorite things, which is space and gems or jewels, crystals, I guess is the better way to call it. And the colors are just right on par with what I like. And I knew that I would be able to use these beautiful washi in setting up my 2021 reading journal. I also have these die cut moon stickers that I created and just cut out. I think that they are super cute. My printer didn't print as well with them as I would have liked them to, but I can always reprint them later, but they're still super cute. I also have some gel pens there. I've got a gold one. I've got some Jelly Roll white ones and my Uniball Signo, my trusty Uniball. And of course, I have a number of just different pens. I have my Micron pens as well as my Tombow pens. And I have my Tombow permanent adhesive. So now let's open this thing up and get started. Of course, my first thing that I'll do is write my name on here, which is Christina. And by the way, this channel is all about planning, bullet journaling, and happy planners. So if you are interested in content like that, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell because I'd love to have you here. So what I'm doing here is using my Tombow permanent adhesive, and I just glued those first two pages together so that it can open better. And now I'm using a white Jelly Roll pen in the size of a 10 to kind of draw in these edges of kind of like parchment paper. So it kind of looks like the pages of a book, kind of like an older book there. Don't mind, you keep on seeing kind of my hair in the corner there. Sorry about that. I guess I was just getting way too into it. Hopefully that doesn't happen too often during the video. But I'm just continuing across both of these pages, writing in or drawing in these kind of frayed-ish edges. And you can see I'm just kind of finishing it off and closing out that bottom right hand corner. And I seriously love, like, it's so simple, but I really love the way that this looks. So I drew it like this across these two pages so that I could write this quote, which says, "We lose ourselves in a book and we find ourselves there too." And I thought that this was an amazing quote to use because growing up, I would always say that a book was like having somebody to talk to when no one else was around. And I always just felt like books understood me. And I learned so much about myself, who I was when I was reading. And I've honestly, because I haven't been reading so much in the last few years, I've felt not like myself. So I just thought that that would be an amazing, amazing quote. And then up at the top, I'm just writing in the words reading and writing journal. So with this journal, I am going to be using it not only for my reading activities, but also for hopefully getting myself on track with doing some writing activities this year in 2021 as well. So that is it. I just went in at the bottom and just added in some of these like gold stars. I kept it pretty simple. I didn't want to do too much with this like opening cover page because I just wanted that quote kind of to be the main feature. And then I just used my Jelly Roll pen to put those white dots around it, just to give it some more sparkle, airing it off so that it doesn't smear. So then going on to the next page, I am going to be putting another quote and also using one of my die cut moon stickers. So I love space, like I mentioned, love the moon, and love even more this quote that I am going to be putting on this left-hand page. But first, I'm using some of this amazing washi that I got from Michael's. I'm using kind of just like the, kind of the galactic stormy looking strip with the pretty blues and teals on there. And then over top of that, I'm using this black washi with the phases of the moon on it. Seriously, this is my absolute favorite washi like in the world. I think it is so, so cute. So I did it so that in the center it would be the new moon, and then having the phases going off either side of it. But geez, I love this washi. And then I'm just putting another strip down at the bottom because, again, did I mention that I just love this washi? So now I just am using my size 10 Jelly Roll pen, and I'm filling in the quote that again is amazing. It says, "And like the moon, we must go through phases of emptiness to feel full again." And ain't that the truth? Especially after the crazy year we had in 2020. I know that a lot of us fell off of our habits. A lot of us felt just not ourselves and might have lost sight of ourselves and things like that in 2020. I know I definitely did, not necessarily because of everything that was going on in the world, but because of some personal things. And it's the truth. It's those phases of emptiness that teach us and help us to grow and then become full again. And in my belief, stronger than we were before. So now on the right hand page, I am drawing in 2021. Because, of course, this is my 2021 reading and writing journal. It took me a while to do this because of the pen that I'm using. I'm using a gold gel pen, but it's not the best gel pen, to be honest. I don't even know the brand of it. So it took me forever to just write 2021 in this gel pen. Ideally, I would have wanted it to be colored in as well, but I think what I'll do is probably go back and paint it in with some gold metallic paint, since this gel pen didn't work so well for me with this one. And actually, because this paper is the Blackout paper, I do think it's going to create an opportunity for me to use my metallic gold paints quite a bit. So I'm super excited about that and what I'll be able to do with future spreads because of it. So I'm just going to go through this painstaking process here of trying to get 2021 written on the page and have it actually be, visible and legible with this pen. So I'll put on some music while you finish watching me draw that in. Alas, we have the words, or the numbers rather, 2021 written in on that right-hand page. And now I'm just taking that same gel pen. You'd think that I would have learned my lesson about this pen already, but hey, the stars are coming out pretty good. But I'm just using that gel pen to go ahead and draw in some of these little stars around the page. And then I'm also going to add some of those white dots. Super simple, but I think that the end result turned out pretty well. I like it, if I do say so myself. So now moving on to the next page, I am starting right there in the middle and center of these two pages and writing in the words future log and drawing in just a couple of those white stars. I will say that with this the Jelly Roll pens, you want to be really careful because it does take a bit for it to dry, and I did end up smearing my white ink a couple of times on this spread. So I just wanted to mention that, and sorry that you can see like the top of my head there again, but yeah, it does smear quite a bit, so allow appropriate time for like drying and all of that stuff. Right here you can see like with my ruler I'm smearing that that star there, but it still looks good, but I just wanted to mention that it does get quite inky and you might want to let it dry a bit. So I'm just drawing in these 12 rectangles so that I can use it for every month of 2021. And then I'm going to use my future log to keep track of like any books that I want to add to my TBR for that month, or anything that I want to do writing wise for that month in particular. Like if I decide to participate in NaNoWriMo this year, then I might jot that down and my thoughts about that for November, or what I need to do for Preptober, different things like that. But that's how I'll use my future log in this journal. Now I'm just using some of those jewel tone swatches, color swatches that I love so much, and just putting them in and laying these little small calendar squares over top so that I can then write in the dates for each month of the year. So the first half of the year will be on the top, and then the bottom half of the year will be on the bottom. So at first I was thinking about putting it up at the top there with those color swatches, but then I realized that I don't think I really like that. So I tested it being at the bottom with the second rectangle down there, and I definitely liked that one better because it just created a nicer space, I think, on the page. So now I'm just putting these color swatches along across the bottom there, and then I'm going to lay the calendar squares over top of these as well on the bottom. Just using that micron pen in the size 3 to write in the months in kind of like a scrawling script across each of my jewel tone swatches, and I do like how this looks. I definitely need to improve on that scrawling cursive, but I definitely like the way that it turned out for this spread. I love the combination of using these color swatches and the little calendars over top. I think that it looks really good, especially for a future log. So I'm just using my micron pen in the size 2 to go ahead and fill in all of the dates on each of my calendars here. will say is that definitely filling in all of the dates on these calendars can get a little bit tedious. I'm definitely glad though that I used the calendar stickers, so at least I didn't have to draw all of the little calendars, but I definitely think it would be beneficial to just use a pack of calendars that already have the dates in them, if you have the opportunity to do so, and if you also find it a little tedious to write in all of these numbers. Or you can always use a stamp as well. But almost done here, just filling in the last 3 months of the year. And honestly, I love this setup for the future log. I've never done a setup like this for the future log. Usually I just have it go across 4 pages. So I would do these 2 pages and then front and back of the next 2, but I really like that I was able to condense this, fit it all onto this single spread, and it just looks so cute. And then I'm just adding in some more of those white dots that just seem to be part of the theme here. So now going on to the next page here, I'm going to be filling in my 2021 reading goal on the left-hand page. So that's what I wrote there at the top, 2021 reading goal. And I'm using this sticker that just has books randomly assorted on shelves. And I laid that in. It has a total of 50 books, and I'm writing 50 books under it because that's my goal for this year. Nothing crazy because I have so much going on. I figured that 50 books would be realistic for getting back in the swing of reading. But pretty much I can just color in the books based on the format of the book, whether it was like audiobook or a paper book. Either I'll do it that way or I will color it in based on the genre. I'm not really sure. But then I'll also just write the name of the book on the spine there. So then I'm just adding, I added that washi on the left-hand edge, which just says like Moon Dreamer and me, give me some space, but it's really pretty. And I put that blank piece of sticker paper on the bottom to use for my key for whatever I decide to do with filling in my books. Sorry that it went out of focus there. I'm not sure what was going on with my camera, but on the right hand side of the page, I just put 2021 reading stats, and I'm listing out all of the months down the side there, so that then I can record the number of pages I read each month, as well as the total number of books that I read for the month and whether or not I met my goal for the month based on the goal that I want to accomplish for the year. And then at the bottom, I'm using some more of that moon washi because it is just it's amazing. So now I'm going to be going on to the next page here. And this is also going to be a spread with 2 individual pages. On the left-hand side, I just put my 2021 writing stats, and I'm just drawing in kind of like a chart. And you'll see there what I said again about the smearing. I totally smeared it out, but it actually looks kind of cool. It looks a little bit like space dust or cosmic dust going on. So we'll take it. So then across the bottom there, I'm just writing in the months of the year, and then up on the y-axis, if we remember that from what is it, like geometry or something? I don't know. But on that axis there, I just put in number of words so that I can record the number of words that I write each month. And then on the right hand side of the page, I'm just doing 2021 releases so that I can just kind of use this as a brain dump page and just jot down any books that sound exciting for 2021 that I want to read that are coming out. And I put one of my moon stickers in the bottom corner just to spice it up a little bit. The next page here, we have another double page spread. So this is where I'm going to put my 2021 favorites. So I'm going to just draw in, or I just wrote at the top there 2021 favorites with a couple of stars, and then I put in this kind of like incandescent strip of washi, which I really like all the different colors that show up there. I'm just putting it along the top, and then I'm going to put it along the bottom, and I'm going to draw in like little squares on this spread. I'm actually going to do a separate video on it, showing how I set this up, but just putting like individual like little book cover spreads, print out the cover of the book that was my favorite, put the star rating, and if I have space, I'll put like why I liked it, if I can fit it in, but it sounds like I'm asking too much at that point. So then on the next page there, I am filling in a space to keep track of my social media stats. So this is YouTube, Facebook, and Patreon that I am hopefully going to be starting at some point in 2021 for my reading and writing content. Because I would love to, of course, build a community around that and, just be a part of that world. So that is what this space is for. Patreon, I would also like, to do Patreon for this channel here that you're watching this video on, if it makes sense. There's my head again. Sorry about that. But, if it does make sense, I would absolutely love to be surrounded by a community of planners, but of course, I want to think about what value I could possibly bring to you in order to make it happen. So more to come on that, more to come. So then I am just going to go ahead and write in YouTube, Facebook, and Patreon across these three areas. And it's super simple, but I really like how it came together, especially using that strip of washi in the bottom. And then on the right hand page, I'm just writing like a content ideas on the top to use this as a content like brain dump for both YouTube and like Patreon over there on either side of that strip of washi. So this would be good just to, as I have ideas, jot it down as I'm working on building out a community around reading and writing as well. Gonna put like a little line under it because I realized that it was looking kind of plain, and I just wanted to add a little line. So really simple. This spread is predominantly all just like writing and washi, and I really like it. So now just the final flip through. Definitely pleased with how this turned out. It's simple, but I think it looks good, and I love the quotes that I've used in here. So I'm pleased with it, and I'm excited about using this journal for 2021 to get back into the spirit of reading, as well as to start bringing my writing goal into a reality, my writing dream. So that's that. I really hope that you enjoyed watching me set up my 2021 reading journal and that it gave you some ideas for future spreads. Just blowing out the candle there. Thank you so much for watching, and I cannot wait to see you in the next video. Oh, don't forget, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Bye.